welcome. I'm Jade of Jaded Reader, and today I'll be going over my Magical Readathon TBR. If you've not heard of the Magical Readathon hosted by G of Book Roast, I will have G, the creator, linked down below with a lot more explanation, but essentially it's a Harry Potter themed readathon in which you participate first in owls, then in newts. Owls exams are something in Harry Potter where it helps determine your career, and this year for owls, G has put together an amazing spread of careers that you can choose from to go along with your owls. Oh my god, the dryer is going. I just realized. Sorry if you could hear the dryer in the background, I totally forgot it was going. So I will have the two documents listed below that you would need to go along with this read-along, but I am ecstatic to say that there was a teaching career. Of course, you can be a teacher or professor at Hogwarts, and so because I do indeed love teaching, I decided to keep rolling with that career, and I will be a magical professor in Hogwarts if I finish the correct amount of owls and take my newts. In order to be a Hogwarts professor, I need to pass 7 owls. The first owl needs to be a subject you wish to teach. The second is defense against the dark arts, and the last 5 are additional owls of your choosing. Now G has prompts for every single owl, but I'm only going to be listing off mine, so if you'd like a more comprehensive list, again, visit G at Book Roast. She will have all of the information that you seek. This is my TBR only. For defense against the dark arts, I need a book that starts with R. The doesn't count. For that, I have chosen Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Now, Red Queen is a pretty popular one on BookTube. A lot of people have already read it, but my sister was kind enough to gift me the second in the series, so I should probably read the first. In Red Queen, you have a main character named Mare, who is part of a lower division of people who are known as the Reds. Mare, however, has a special ability, and so she rises to the ranks of Silvers, which are the elitist people of this world. However, she is still a Red, and there are a lot of difficulties that come with that, and the back of the book says, her actions put into motion a deadly and violent dance, pitting prince against prince and Mare against her own heart. It sounds really good, and I am happy to have it as my R book. However, if I'm not into it, I also have Renegades on audiobook. So what I know of Renegades is that it is a superhero book where there is a syndicate of renegades, which are people with superhuman capabilities, and Nova, who is the main character who ends up being on the villain side. I love a good morally gray character. I love books that make me question things and give me some moral ambiguity, so I also really would like to pick this book up. Either way, I have my R's figured out. Then, because I don't know exactly which subject I plan on teaching at Hogwarts, I picked my next 6 out based off of just ones I'm really interested in. So this is kind of like year 1 college level courses where I'm like, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, so I'm going to choose a little bit of everything that I like. So for Care of Magical Creatures, I need to read a book with a land animal on the cover, and for that I have Beast Player by Nahoko Uehashi. So I have tried explaining Beast Player in my spring goal list, and I don't think I did a very good job, so I'm not going to attempt that again. Instead, I'm just going to read the back. Ellen's family have an important responsibility, caring for the fearsome serpent that form the core of their kingdom's army. So when some of the beasts mysteriously die, Ellen's mother is sentenced to death as punishment. With her last breath, she manages to send her daughter to safety. Alone, far from home, Ellen soon discovers that she can talk to both the terrifying water serpents and the majestic flying beasts that guard her queen. It sounds amazing. It sounds right up my alley, and I really want to get to it. Plus, it has a wolf or a fox, some sort of little land beast on the cover, so prompt fulfilled. Then I'm also taking Potions. Potions was fantastic last year. I really enjoyed taking Potions, so I'm going to be taking it again, and this year's Potions is to read a sequel. For that, I have a lot, but I'm going with Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. Now, I don't have the physical copy of Girl in the Tower. I plan on getting it on audiobook or purchasing it physically. I do have The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden, and it was absolutely fantastic. This world is super magical, really caught me by surprise. The beginning is a bit slow, but essentially you follow the character Vasilisa and her childhood being raised as a woman in this rural Russian village. Essentially, she can see magical things that a lot of people can't, and what that means for her, her future, overall, it's kind of a story of destiny, and I really ended up digging it. So I'll be continuing the story with Girl in the Tower. After that is arithmancy. Now, when it comes to math, a lot of people give math a bad rep, and I have to say, most of the time, it's because it's not being made fun. Math can be incredibly fun, and anyone can do math if it's made palatable. And for that prompt, it's a work by 2 or more authors. I have Saga by Fiona Staples and Brian K. Vaughan, who have just created this fantastic sci-fi world where you follow a small family from the narration of the child of the family and how that family struggles because the parents have a sort of Romeo and Juliet romance. They're not supposed to meet, they're not supposed to mate, and definitely not supposed to fall in love, but they do, and they are now on the run. I have absolutely enjoyed every step of this series, and I can't wait to continue. Then I'm also incredibly interested in Transfiguration. For Transfiguration, you are to read a book with sprayed edges. A book with sprayed edges is the Alcrate edition of Crown of Feathers by Nikki Pau-Pareto. This book is absolutely gorgeous. I love the cover, love the detailing of it. The back just adds a little bit more beautiful, and it has sprayed purple edges. It is about warrior women who fly on Phoenix, and there's a queendom involved, and I don't know much else about it. They've kept it really under wraps, but it's about riding phoenixes, reclaiming a throne, and having warrior women do it. So I'm in. I, for one, absolutely love history. It's essentially a whole bunch of stories that also happen to be true, or at least partially true. And so I am definitely going to be taking the history of magic that has you read a book published 10 or more years ago. An old book that I'm definitely into reading is A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. This was published in 1998 and 1999, and it's old. Its hype is strong, but it's old. So I will continue reading Clash of Kings. I'm about that far through. Don't know how much of a percentage that is, but I only have until April to finish this for the Catch-Up Book Club hosted by Becca and the Books, and I just really need to get going. So this will be a chief priority for the Magical Readathon. Then I have Herbology, because why not? It sounds fun. For Herbology, it's to read a book with plants on the cover, and for that I have The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. This obviously has thorns on the cover, but I also kind of just picked this prompt so I could read this book quickly. I really want to read it. I got this as a gift from Rachel Marie, Book Junkiee, as well as Beast Player. Thank you, Rachel. You are making up part of my TBR for this entire thing. It is the fantastical stories behind Leigh Bardugo's world, the Grishaverse. If you've read the Grisha trilogy, if you've read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, or King of Scars, then you should definitely pick this one up. It is the folk tales and stories that go into this world. I feel like it's definitely going to be beautiful, and I feel like I'm definitely ready to read it. Then finally, I have Divination, and for that, I'm to read a book set in the future. I have 2 different books that I really want to read for this one prompt, but one is in the mail, so I'm happy to announce I'm potentially reading Kindred by Octavia Butler. Now, Kindred is one of those things where it's a bit of a loophole. I just really want to read it. Kindred has an African-American woman named Dana who goes into the past. She's also sent to the deep south of the United States, which still at that point has slavery. Now, you might be wondering, well, it's the past. If she's this is the loophole part, guys. Well, if she's in the past, then if she goes back, she'll be in the future. So she'll have to go back to the future, and that's I'm sorry, I just really want to read this book. If my loophole doesn't work and I realize that it's absurd and that I have to wait, I have in the mail, coming my way in an Illumicrate, Once and Future by Amy Capetta, a gender-bend, futuristic tale of Arthurian legend gone female, and I am really excited for it. I love Arthurian legend. I'm excited because I've heard that there's LGBTQ+ rep. Honestly, it's just a beautiful book, and it's Arthurian legend, and it has the word future on the cover. I'm really counting on it. There's something about them being like in space, and I really want to read these books, guys. Just give it to me. So that's it. That's all for my Magical Readathon TBR. I really look forward to reading these books in April because I feel like I just finished 2 readathons. This is the only readathon I'm going to be doing in April. I'll be reading the books on this list, maybe diverging and reading things that are totally different. In the end, I'm hoping I can complete them because I would love to be a professor at Hogwarts. Until we find that out, I hope you're enjoying the sun or more stars wherever you are, and until next time, bye! I've heard that it's a retelling. It probably is. Gonna guess Red Queen, Queen of Hearts, Alice in Wonderland. I don't know. All I know is that the main character can speak to animals, has a higher purpose, believe that it's some sort of dystopian, and has like video games, but essentially it follows, oh, what is this girl's name? Sorry, forgot to do the magic thing. It doesn't work if you only sometimes do the magic thing. What is happening? Why do you look like a hobo? Hey Siri, who wrote Once and Future? Amy Capetta, actually. I already know the answer. Never mind. I know it looks like I have blood smeared all over me. It was me trying to get the lipstick off my teeth. This is what happened.